Oh, I guess I should make a video about this, huh? This sort of thing is like how my channel got started. So I'm going to focus this analysis on two major points, the animation and Twilight Sparkle appearing at the end. Other than Twilight, we don't really learn a lot about the story of the series in this trailer, which is how I prefer it. I feel they spoiled everything about the Make Your Mark special before it came out, and I definitely prefer being kept in the dark like we are now. But before I get on to talk about the animation, I want to briefly run through the trailer chronologically and point out a few things that I noticed. First things first, the song. It sounds fine. However, it does sound stylistically very similar to the two songs we already got from the Make Your Mark special. I like the variety of styles they've used in G5 so far, and I'd prefer that over Make Your Mark settling into a rhythm with a particular style dominating. I know that's how it started in early G4, but I kind of prefer the soundtrack of the later seasons because they started branching out stylistically. Sprout? I thought he was gone! I'm glad to have him back, not just because I liked him in the movie, but because his awkward, sudden disappearance really contributed to the sense that there was no attempt at continuity between the different media of G5. Ooh, Queen Haven's voice actor is still really annoying. The dragon, I still hate. Ooh, Izzy's glasses return! Yes! Okay, that kind of looks like Canterlot. I suppose I should put in my bits about this big theory that Misty will be redeemed and join the Mave 5 to make it 6. The Hasbro Investors event back in February, I think it was, kind of suggests that. Honestly, I'd prefer if they don't take that route. I'd fully expect Misty to be redeemed. That's just how MLP works. But there's nothing magical about the number 6, guys. If anything, between My Little Pony Tales and late G3/G3.5, I'd say the number 7 is magical. But like, seriously, there is no reason to artificially force the cast of G5 to be the same size as G4. Redeem Misty, make her an important side character. That will be enough. Okay, I kind of like the dynamic we get going between Opaline and Misty. Opaline's voice is a pretty generic, villainous voice, but it's nice to actually see them talking back and forth in a light-hearted way. I appreciate this. Sugar Moonlight! Oh, she's so hot.
Sparky Sparkeroni!
Sparky Sparkeroni?
Yep, named it myself.
Oh, I didn't think about this before. The fact that Sparky Sparkeroni's stupid name was in-world created by Hitch really makes him look dumb. And the way the voice actor delivers these lines really makes him sound dumb. Dumb Hitch didn't come over super well in the special. I thought we were going with swaggy Hitch, as established in Tell Your Tale. This could be a problem. Okay, so let me talk about the animation. I've seen some fans sighing in relief and saying that it's better than the special. Honestly, for me to say that with certainty, I'd have to go back and watch it again, which is something I don't want to do. I actually encountered some screen caps of the special on Derpy Buru and thought they looked better than I remembered, so I think this is about the same quality as before. And Jazz's disappearing ears, for me, debunk any idea that the animation has significantly improved. This is a pretty big error to let slide, and that's probably indicative that their resources are very limited, just like last time. But this is no shocker. I wasn't expecting a quantum leap going from the special to the series. But there's still something that I need to acknowledge. One of the biggest things that inhibited my enjoyment of the special was that between the rigid animation and amateurish voice acting, which was way below the level these same actors work at in Tell Your Tale, it felt like there was no life to the characters. It was impossible to take them seriously and to believe that these cartoon ponies had beating hearts, breathing lungs, and thoughts, wishes, and desires of their own. They didn't feel alive. And check this out.
It's perfection! Like, wow.
Wait, what is that?
That was not a well-delivered line. And AJ Bridle is usually the best voice actor in Tell Your Tale. Between this, Hitch's lines about the dragon, and Queen Haven's laugh, it seems like whatever voice direction problems plagued the special are going to be present here too. Combine that with the still rigid animation and we have a problem. There's no life to the characters. This won't singularly ruin G5 for me, but in combination with everything else they've done wrong, they are really facing an uphill battle to regain my interest. Okay, now it's time to throw down. Flower Burb Horse is about to get angry. I am opposed to any G4 characters appearing in G5 full stop. Twilight Sparkle is a character who was created by an entirely different staff 14 years ago. It's time to move on. G5 needs to be able to stand up on its own four hooves. The new crew needs to prove to me that they can innovate and create like Bonnie Zachary and Lauren Faust. It's time to stop parasitizing and make something original that actually has merit. Now, it's hard to say for certain how big a cameo Twilight Sparkle will really have. She's not physically standing there, so this may just be a magical recording or something. And I have tolerated small, sort of cameos from G4 characters before, so it's hard to tell for certain how big a disaster this will really be. But in any case, I would not consider this to be good news. This is a shameless cash grab, and depending on how they handle it, it may be an insult to G4's legacy if Twilight was directly involved in the collapse of equestrian society like she was in the comics. Their only intention here is to bait in G4 fans for a little extra cash. Excluding the movie because it was made by a different crew, the G5 creators have yet to prove to me that they can actually build something interesting and original. And until they do, I'm not accepting G4 cameos as a way to keep me interested. Depending on how it goes down, this may be the nail in the coffin for my relationship with G5. So there you go. The animation still seems lackluster, and combined with voice acting problems, it seems to be interfering with the show's ability to achieve immersion. Additionally, the only thing we really know about the story for the series raises all sorts of red flags. I'm not writing off G5 just yet, but it's time to face reality. This generation has continually disappointed me since the movie crew left. I'm tired of making excuses. This isn't a show that I'm proud to be a fan of. I feel embarrassed and ashamed to be associated with this generation. If the first 8 episodes don't turn this around somehow, G5 does not deserve the huge amount of attention that I give it. If these episodes suck, then of course I'll continue watching the series unless the comics become canon. I slogged through Newborn Cuties because I love this franchise enough to tolerate bad quality in order to stay on top of anything and everything pony related. I won't tolerate it if G5 tears down the legacy of G4 in order to make its own heroes look more noble and its own villains more threatening. I love ponies too much to support that kind of treachery. So I would stop watching entirely if that happened. Otherwise, I'll still watch, but this channel may soon shift focus to G1 through G4. Peace pedal out. Maybe soon permanently.